Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Bismarck virtual walk to defeat ALS. I'm Jen Jelly, and for those of you in North Dakota that I haven't had the opportunity to meet personally, I'm so sorry that today can't be that day. I wish we could be together honoring the ALS community in Bismarck, but in the best interest of everybody staying safe, we have transitioned this to a virtual event. And normally we'd be broadcasting this from our office in St. Paul, Minnesota. But as a result of the events that have happened in the Twin Cities over the past few days, our offices are without internet access. So I'm coming to you from my home in Minneapolis this morning, but I'm glad we can at least connect in this virtual way, and we so appreciate you understanding. We are extremely grateful for the support that the Bismarck community and really all of North Dakota has shown our chapter over the years. The last few months has obviously been challenging with the impact of the ongoing pandemic, but we appreciate the ways in which you've continued to represent for families living with ALS all throughout our region. ALS has not slowed down because of COVID-19. People with ALS are especially vulnerable to respiratory threats like the coronavirus, and as a result, they've had to take extra safety precautions and isolate themselves and their caregivers to reduce exposure, which is why now more than ever, they're in need of our help. Our chapter has continued and will continue to ship out durable medical equipment and communication devices, including technology that allows folks to stay connected with their doctors, clinical staff, as well as loved ones all over the country. We're also offering virtual support groups throughout the region, so everyone has a chance to come together online, just like we are this morning. You're going to be hearing from some of our fellow walk teams via video in just a few minutes, but I first wanted to give Rachel Pishtek, who most of you know or who have at least corresponded with in the past few months, a chance to say hello. So here's Rachel.
Hey everyone, it's Rachel Pishtek. I'm the North Dakota Community Outreach Manager for the ALS Association Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota chapter, and I just wanted to thank you all so much for being part of this today. Like everybody else, I'm at home, safe and sound, and I'll be walking my way down my gravel driveway at my mom and dad's farm. So even though I wish I was walking inside at the Kirkwood Mall with all of you, this is just how it's got to be this year, understandably so. But I just wanted to take a minute and thank you all for your amazing resiliency and your patience and acceptance of change in this wild and crazy time. As we know, ALS doesn't quit and neither do we. And while this might be a bump in the road now, we are still going to join the movement and keep everything picking up and keep working till we eventually have a cure and a cause for ALS. And again, I just want to applaud all of our families and participants who are able to make things work this year and who are always undoubted supporters of the cause. So thank you so much again for being here. I can't wait to be out in Bismarck again soon. I miss you all very, very much. And I just can't say enough how much I appreciate all of your love and support. I would also like to do a shout out to our longtime sponsors for the event. First, BNC Bank, Kirkwood Bank and Trust, H.A. Thompson and Sons, and Century 21. Thank you so much for your continued support of the organization and your continued support of families living in our state and in our region with ALS. Your contribution means the world to us, so thank you so much to these sponsors. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Rachel, and thank all of you again for joining the virtual Walk to Defeat ALS live stream, and hello to any of you just joining in. So we've got a ways to go on the fundraising front for this year's walk. We're around $8,000 shy of our $15,000 goal, but we really view today as a kickoff to a full season of awareness building and fundraising in North Dakota. We'll be providing all the tools and information that you need to get the word out and raise critical dollars to support families living with ALS in your community. Speaking of which, I mentioned earlier we had some stories from walk teams So let's go ahead and share those with you now, and then I'll be back to send you off on your walk day activities.
Hi, this is Jan Nelson with BNC National Bank. I'm from Bismarck, North Dakota, and I'm also an avid supporter of the ALS Walk. We are going to have our ALS Walk in Bismarck on Saturday, May 30th. It's a virtual walk, so we're really encouraging people to come on and just send us pictures, follow us on the Facebook, starts at 10 a.m. And ideally, you know, we had this scheduled before all this stuff happened. It's a time to raise money, but also to show support for those with ALS. As we know the things we've gone through this pandemic stuff, it's challenging for us, but think of those that have had to deal with a disease like ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease. So please check us out on Facebook, join us, and excited to see you. See you next Saturday.
Hello, my name is Courtney Hostelling, and I'm participating in the Bismarck Walk to Defeat ALS because I've really come to love and admire the ALS community. I've been volunteering for the Fargo and Bismarck walks for the last 2 years, so being able to virtually participate this year means a lot to me. I've seen how impactful these events are for not only the people living with ALS, but their family and friends as well. I participate because ALS doesn't stop, and neither should we until we find a cure.
When we were at Mayo Clinic and our diagnosis was being given to us, my wife made the comment to me, as we watched all the people in the lobby area, no one wants to be here, but aren't we lucky that we can? And you know what? ALS is very similar to that. You don't seek it out, it finds you. And when it does, it sets a pattern for the rest of your life. Now, it's also an opportunity. I'm kind of lucky in a way. I have the disease. I know what's going to happen pretty much. And I basically know the timeline. And I also understand the importance of research that's ongoing now. We certainly need to have a lot more funding. No one wants this disease. And so I just encourage everybody that might hear or see this to consider participating in our virtual walk and provide any support, financial support especially. And if you know anyone with ALS, stop and say hello to them and give them a good word for the day.
Welcome back. It was really nice hearing from Jan, Courtney, and Representative Kaiser, some of our amazing advocates in North Dakota. But it's time to walk, or stroll, or roll, or maybe hang out on your back porch with a cup of coffee. However you're participating today, we're excited to have you with us. And we want to see you and hear from you. Tell us why you're participating today and who you're walking in honor of. You can post photos or videos in the comments of the stream, or you can email them to walk@alsmn.org, and we'll share them with the group on social media. So enjoy the rest of your morning. Be sure to check Facebook later this afternoon when we'll share updated fundraising totals and recap the day. This stream will also be available via YouTube early next week. Thank you again for joining us today, and thank you for all you do to help build a world without ALS. Have a great day.
Hi, Bismarck. I want to thank you so much for joining us today for the launch of the Bismarck Walk and what we hope is a strong fundraising push for our mission to support the ALS community. I'm really sorry that we're not able to gather the way that we had originally planned, but we are incredibly encouraged by your involvement and the way that each and every one of you have stepped up to declare your commitment to supporting those living with ALS and their families.